This is a story about a family that wanted to search for berries, but it turned into a search that they really didn't want. But first, welcome back. I'm Be Nice. Nice is an acronym for narrating intriguing stories, so you can see how I got the name. If you like true crime and mysterious stories, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you will know when I release these stories. I also do third-person stories sent in by you, so send in your stories. But make sure you send it to my email in my bio so you can have a chance to hear your story narrated by yours truly. Some of these stories that are sent in are crazy funny, so you don't want to miss it. And on top of that, you will have a chance to talk to me personally on the channel. Also, different guests will be on the channel that you would enjoy listening to. Well, enough about me. Let's start the story. The year is 1928. On the 6th of July, the Hamiltons, which included their 2-year-old son Eddie, went berry picking. They found some flat ground that was right in the middle of a thick area full of berries. They parked their vehicle and got out. Just as quick as they got there to start picking, they had to stop because Eddie, who was just there a second ago, was gone. They momentarily lost sight of him. Once they saw he was out of sight, the Hamiltons immediately started looking for him. While searching the area, they were screaming his name, hoping he would recognize a voice that was familiar to him. But those familiar voices wasn't receiving an answer, and it was going on deaf ears. The parents searched the area multiple times, but they couldn't find him. So they made the decision to split up. They came up with the plan that the husband would stay and continue the search, and the wife would go to get help. Within 24 hours, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, along with search and rescue, had over 250 people working around the clock to find 2-year-old Eddie. They also had low-flight planes to fly over the area, hopefully to see movement, but nothing was seen. The search lasted just over 3 months, and all they found was sporadic boot prints, heel prints, and bare footprints. As in bare like the bottom of your feet, not an actual bear. It's really not specified who prints there were, or why it wasn't more prints, or why they were so spread out and sporadic. No one has a clue, and nothing else was found. No clothing, no witnesses, no clues, no nothing. By the time the search reached that 3rd month, about 2,000 people had been involved in the search for Eddie. Now we fast forward to the end of October. A travel salesman was duck hunting in White Bear Lake, about 3.5 miles from where Eddie had disappeared. While hunting, he looked in the water and saw something floating in it. It was later found to be the body of a toddler, and after further investigation, it turned out to be little Eddie. The parents came and they confirmed that it was their son. Now that officially closed the question of where the missing 2-year-old Eddie was, but it unofficially opened new questions that are yet to be answered. Within those 3.5 miles from where the Hamiltons parked to berry pick and where Eddie was found were thick bushes, 3 separate small lakes with hills and mountains on each side of the lakes, and a valley with bodies of water in it. Where White Bear Lake was, Eddie, which was 2 years old, would have to climb a 1,800-foot mountain, walk down into the valley, and then on top of all that, go through a deep body of water. Between all that were smaller bodies of water that he didn't even fall into. That's not including all the brushes and bushes and foreign terrain he going through. And on top of that, all while not hearing his parents or the search and rescue team calling and looking for him. It can be difficult for an experienced mountain climber to climb that steep mountain, let alone a 2-year-old covering that many miles in that much terrain. Sounds unbelievable. It has to be a logical explanation, but nobody found it yet. What do you think? That concludes this story. Leave what you think in the comments of my first ever video that I put out. Also, do the trifecta, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for the next story that's going to come out. Until next time, have a good one.